All right, so they can hear me? I'm talking, right? Hey, everybody. Monday night, August 29th. I'm behind the monitor. Hi, everybody. Brandon, Ryan, check it out. They're going to be hosting the show a lot. I'll be doing interviews and putting the interviews together, everybody, but they're going to be hosting the show a lot during my kids' football and then basketball seasons and stuff like that. I really want to thank everybody for all the hospitality I had in Greenwich, New York, guys. It was an amazing event. Friday I was there for the big farm pull, and when I say a big farm pull, I see a big farm pull. And their enhanced classes are super farm tractor put 20.8s on. So there's a lot of good old boy brush pulling and stuff going on out there. So I had a really good time. So Brandon, you want to give a quick 1 or 2 minutes kind of what you did this weekend?
Friday night I went down to Highland, Wisconsin. A big, huge brush pull with a conglomeration of equipment never before seen. A lot of beer drank. It was just spectating. Took Saturday off. Then yesterday we were at the Cheese City Challenge. Probably seen some of our live videos from there.
Cool.
People need to be patient with our live videos because when you're in the sun, my phone got so hot that I couldn't hold on to it. Sometimes.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, it was a little getting a little warm.
Cool. What'd you do then this weekend, Ryan?
Well, I had a lot of different things going on this weekend. Something besides Badger State. I was up at the North-South 300 up at Wyaliga, the Wapaka County Fair.
Now, was that an NTPA poll?
It was the WTPA at night session.
All right,
but
cool.
It was South Central Wisconsin pullers during the day with the North-South 300. They had 20 light limited super stocks from across the upper Midwest that come up to the Wapaka County Fair. They had Kentucky, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin. So there's 20. And then down in Monroe as well for the Cheese City Challenge, they had another round of it's I believe called the Northern Light Series or something.
North-South.
They've had polls in New York, in Kentucky,
yep.
With these race purses. I believe the winner got like $2,000 to win.
Sweet.
So, and both polls just did a lot of polling between the 2 sessions up at Wapaka and then all day pretty much down in Monroe. And they did a great job. I believe they had 15 different classes that they pulled throughout the day between like 5 different organizations. So to organize that between all those different organizations, and they finally got the polling after 2 years of getting rained out. So I'm just glad they were able to get the polling.
I know they've had some bad luck with some weather, so that's no good. So yeah, I don't know. I want to get right into it. We've got quite a few interviews tonight, Ryan. And again, I want to thank Chuck McGinty. He's the owner and driver of the Back in Black Super Farm. The Alice Chalmers, the Few, the Proud, the Orange. He bought that. He to soundproof my basement. Yeah, we're gonna soundproof. We're actually getting a studio built upstairs in our dining room. We just don't have it up yet. Waiting on the doors for that. So again, thanks for chatting with us. If you look at the bottom right of your screen, I think it's called Formula. Is that right? You guys can chat with us and give you shout outs, kind of let you know what's going on and different stuff like that. Or you can also chat with us on YouTube as well. But let's get right into it. I want to apologize a little bit for the sound. I was interviewing Chuck in his car on the way to my phone. I don't know if I have so much stuff on my phone now. It isn't as clear as it normally is. It's a little choppy, but I understand that. I think the rest of them are pretty good. So let's start with Chuck. And again, I want to thank him personally for bringing me out to Greenwich, New York. I had a good time, and the hospitality from everybody out there, from the directors of the fair and the Horton family and the fans. And I met people from Canada. One guy, Felix Probst, he does a Facebook page. And he wanted to take a picture with me, so they're taking pictures, so it's pretty cool. And I met some Beer Money Pulling Team fans, and it was good to be out there. Beautiful place, upstate New York. So let's talk about Chuck. I got a whole bunch of pictures of his tractor, and they made 2 passes, one Saturday afternoon and then one Saturday night. Here we go. All right, everybody, this is Jason with Let's Grow Pulling, and I'm in the car with Chuck and Cheryl. Chuck McGinty is the owner and driver of the Back in Black Super Farm, and we're on our way to Greenwich, New York, to the big Washington County Fair. And Chuck brought me out here to kind of experience New York pulling, and it's been awesome. I saw one of the biggest farm pulls of my life last night, and they joked about I'd never seen this many 1066s in my life, and I saw like 30 or 40 of them last night in one spot. So today's the big NYTPA. We're going to be pulling at noon today and 7 p.m. And I've known Chuck for a long time, back with the Few, the Proud, the Orange days when I had that website going and stuff like that. And Chuck actually bought a rolling chassis from the Ground family off of that website, and that's how he got going. And he put together a good running super. Brent Payne from Gene's Machine Shop, better that way. Everybody's familiar with that, and excited to see it run today. And out here in New York, they run the light limited
together with the super farm. So the 540 guys, is it with a is that how that works?
Yep.
A pump, and then they're able to they run at 8,500 pounds, right?
Yep.
And then you guys run at 93 or 95?
93.
93. So Chuck, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. Talk to me about pulling. I know we've been talking a lot, off the air, if you will, but you were a big time puller back in the 70s and 80s. Did you go that long? Kind of, when did you quit pulling the first time around?
We quit pulling about 1975. That was a good era for tractor pulling, especially the Alice Chalmers tractors. We could turn the pump up and we could play with anybody. And as I told you yesterday, Jason, I had long hair down past my shoulders, and I gave everybody lots of reasons to either love me or hate me. You choose one, and we'd go on with it. As time went on, I always wanted to get back into tractor pulling, and lost the long hair, but never lost the passion for tractor pulling, and also the Alice Chalmers brand. And I realize it's an uphill battle with them, but I cut and bleed Alice Chalmers orange, and we've got the 426 motor ready to go with 640 cubes, and with Brent and the team at GMS, the motor holds, and we'll go on from there.
That's exciting because a lot of it has been the Alice Chalmers brand. I kudos for you for sticking with it because a lot of people haven't. Well, I haven't. It seems to be an uphill battle with the Alice Chalmers. How many super farms are there that are running the Alice motor still?
I don't know of many, and the get a load of this tractors have all gone to the Detroit.
Okay.
And so I know of very few that are still running the Alice motor, and I know that if I have trouble with this motor, there'll be a Detroit in it next time. There'll still be an orange paint.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's legit. So when did you buy that chassis then? When did you start the Back in Black process, bringing it back?
We started the process about 8 years ago. Went out off of your webpage called Bill Ground out in the middle of Nebraska, and not knowing at all what I was going to get myself into, saw the most beautiful 210 I've ever seen in my life, and turns out that it was a beautiful hood, and I believe that the hood is the only thing that survived to this day, and the rear end.
Well, that's fine. You start with good bones.
Yeah.
Good bones.
Yep.
So what did you ride away with it? Like, what's the original? What you got for here?
Well, the original plan was just make it a hot farm. And the more I researched into it, well, you need to do this with an Alice motor, you need to do this with an Alice motor. And so by the time that you get done strengthening everything and getting reasonable cubes so that you can have it, all of a sudden I've got huge amounts of money in the motor, and well, why not make it a super farm? And so I was fortunate in that we didn't climb the ladder over the course of the years. We actually designed, once we got going with it, we did a pretty good job with going all the way with the super farm. The biggest evolution that we had lately was the SCS transmission. Transmission jumped out of gear a few years ago, and we had parts coming out the side of the motor. And again, being an Alice Chalmers tractor, nobody had ever heard of putting an SCS transmission in a super farm, and that took a little while. And the new motor. So this is actually we pulled maybe 3 or 4 seasons on and off, and this is the first year that we've made a concentrated effort with the motor, the new transmission, and the new team of maintenance folks. Bob Coombs down in Oxford, New York, and Ken have done a great job of ironing out the bugs in the tractor, and sure do appreciate their help. Plus, we have a motorcycle gremlin bell mounted in the motor cage, and hopefully that gremlin bell keeps the gremlins away from the engine.
I like that. You gotta have a little superstition. I like that. Yeah. It's a beautiful tractor. I can't wait. I'll get a lot of pictures of it today and video, and we can show it to to everybody watching the show. And the AC fan, Chuck, is a passionate fan, and we get requests all the time. Keep posting D21 pullers or posting 210 pullers, or 190s and stuff like that. You just don't see as much of it anymore, and it's really good to see it in like the super farm class, like the bigger cube classes. You'll see a lot more like D21s and 190s and stuff, like in the hot farm classes back home, because that 466, you know, a 426, they can still compete at that, you know. But the Alice Chalmers, it really is limited by the cylinder head. I mean, that's been honestly, for air and fuel is the name of the game in the sport of tractor pulling, you know that.
Yep.
And that's the biggest, one of the biggest disadvantages of the Alice Chalmers motor, just the head. It's a tiny little head compared to the big, you know, the IH or the John Deere heads on them. So
yeah, there's no doubt about that. And if you want to make an Alice pull, you've got to make the investment and get the technology and pay for the technology and wait for it.
you wait for it.
And wait for it.
So tell us about 2016 so far. When was the first pull that you had it out?
Well, we had some unfortunate incidents in July. My mom passed away, and that kind of messed up our plans. Sally was my biggest fan.
Yeah, I heard stories of her yesterday sitting out in the heat, 100-degree heat, watching tractor pulls.
Oh, yeah.
Would not go inside. So I think,
Would not go
your
inside.
buddy Rich was telling us about that.
Yep.
Rich, the certified dick. That's what he called it. So, the certified dick. I remember that now. You have some unique friends. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I wish I would have hung out with you when you were younger. That's all I'm gonna say, Chuck. It would have been a lot of fun. There might have been jail involved for me.
Yeah.
I like to go one step farther than everybody else. I'm just saying. So,
Yeah.
but I'm 40 now. I'm getting to be a little more old and boring.
Well, yeah, and you get a little slower as you go. But we made a couple of hooks. 4th of July, I made the first hook and shut it down after 150 feet to get the readings and things like that. And that was at a brush pull. We pulled in maybe the bottom third at Norwich with Bob driving. We didn't have enough of this. We didn't have enough of that. And so we learned, then we went to another NYTPA hook, and we were in the middle of the pack. I made a mortal sin, and we have international weights now on the front of the tractor.
Oh no.
Oh yes, and but we needed the extra weight from the Alice weights, and so with our adjustments, and we're going to be on this beautiful power track here in Greenwich today.
It is a great track. I mean, it can handle anything. I know we got the mods today and super stocks and super farm and tool drive trucks. They put together a heck of a good track. So, and in fact, if you're adding weight on the front, you're making power, and that's a good sign.
Yep. We didn't have enough weight. We used to have enough weight, but we've gone up quite a few gears from our original setup, and so we think we've got the gear. We think we've got the weight on the front. We think we've got everything where it needs to be. We got the gremlin bell hanging from the engine compartment, and we're just going to see how it goes. Hopefully, the driver won't screw it up.
Yeah, the driver, you know, that's a lot of it too. I mean, if you got a good power plant, it sounds like you do now. And Brett working on stuff, he knows what he's doing, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see it. So, and then where are you heading at? So today we pull at noon at 7 p.m. So we'll get 2 chances at it today.
Yep.
And where are you heading after this? The season's planned.
The next week we're in a town called Scaticoke, which is about 20 miles from where we'll pull today.
Okay, another county fair.
Another county fair.
All right.
And then we were contemplating going down to Galat Motorsports. They have a PPL hook on the next day, and thinking maybe it would be fun to travel down to North Carolina and visit with the Galat folks, see their new facility, and see how the tractor does. I do a lot of business down there, and might be good to advertise my business along with the tractor.
Yeah, because you make so much money tractor pulling. So I mean, that's why we're here this weekend, just to carry the money from all the tractor pulling you're going to have today.
Well, you take up too much of the back seat, brother. So.
She got a bigger car then. It's not a small Ford Focus. Is that what this is, Ford Focus?
No, it's a Fusion.
Fusion. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next size up.
Next size up.
We're still in Super Farm. We're not in the big bucks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So what do you do for a living then? Let's introduce the world to Chuck McGinty.
All right.
Cheryl?
That's close.
McGinty. I gotta say it Irish. Say it again, Cheryl.
McGinty.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah.
McGinty.
Yeah, our ancestors came over with the Irish folks, and I guess the Italians and the Irish were always fighting to get off of the bottom rung of the immigration ladder. So at that particular time, we were trying to be Irish, I guess. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
So I own a company called Beltwide Incorporated, and we sell horticulture products, greenhouse products to tobacco producers, and that gets me out of Florida into the Carolinas and Kentucky and Tennessee, as well as around the world. Done that for about 20 years now. The technology is 30 years old. I learned it from a company called Speedling, and we both kind of outgrew each other 20 years ago, and I started my own company. And so wherever we go, we have friends, because we do business with our friends, and sell a good product, and we service everybody to death. And that's how we do business, and that allows me to tractor pull a little bit. So
I like it. That's
Yep.
a good story. So tell us about your team a little bit. Who's I know you mentioned. Is it Bob?
Bob Kuhn owns Kuhn's Farm Equipment.
Yep.
And he had worked on the Jesse tractors years ago, and so he knows
Is that the Wiedemeyers?
yes.
They're blue, I remember.
Yep.
Super stock one. They had a diesel, right?
And he had a diesel pro stock.
Okay.
John Weidman, excuse me.
Weidman, there you go.
Yep,
sorry.
Weidman. And so I really, because I don't do any of the wrenching, we have to have someone that understands what's going on, and his top man, Ken, keeps a book on the tractor, and he's just as methodical as he can be, and he starts at the front and goes to the back and goes to the back and goes back to the front. And but I really believe that Kuhn's is the reason the tractor is on the track today and running well. And so Bob and Ken are an important part of the team. Bob Tomilowitz of the Tomilowitz family helps drive. He's coming up in a little while. My brother, Hank, and his friend Sandy are driving the truck. I've assigned truck driving duties to my brother, so he gets to drive the truck and bring the ice, and we'll see how that works in a little while when we get to the track. And then whoever else wants to come and throw weights is fine with me, but just seems sometimes there's too many chiefs and the only Indian around is me.
Is that your truck right there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe that was Cole, but no, I don't think so. So we're kind of limited in what we have. Right now we're acting a little bit more like the Keystone Cops than an organized tractor pull organization, because everybody's finding their level and what needs to be done when. And but it's a lot of fun, and I can tell you when that throttle cracks, there is not a better feeling in the world. And for 10 seconds I forget about everything. There's not a worry in my life other than getting to the other end of the track.
That is the absolute truth, and that's the best part. I mean, I love the people of tractor pulling. I love meeting new people, but still the best feeling in the world is getting on that seat, putting the old helmet on, and away we go.
Yep. When I know the track official didn't hear me at Walton, but that was my first complete good hook in a long time, and he waved me. He threw the red flag because we'd gone as far as we could go, and I just looked at him and I shouted, "This is fun!" and I know he never heard it, but I shouted it at him. Yep.
Good deal. So back in the day, let's talk about back in the day a little bit. So the Allis-Chalmers, did you guys just bounce from like county fair to county fair, or what did you do?
Well, we spent the entire 51 week prior to the fair planning what we were going to do for the next fair. I went down with a D19 and I beat whoever I was to beat back when I was 18 years old or something like that, and beat quite a few that I wasn't supposed to beat, and got hooked on it. The next year, because I thought I had it all figured out, I went down with the D19 and the 190 XT and got my ears pinned back by everybody. And I said, well, maybe I haven't figured this out yet, but for some reason I was smart enough to have a photographer come down, and he took pictures of everybody's tractor while it was pulling, while it was in the pits, while it was waiting to hook. And we learned about drawbar height, drawbar position, tire pressure, weights. And after that, I think I might have been beat once or twice, and but that was it. And back in those days when you just turn up the pump on the 190 and pull against a 4020 or 4010 or something like that. That turbo tractor was a tough girl to beat.
And that's the one thing that has, and everything that you had mentioned up to this point, nothing, drawbar, all that, tire pressure, all the things you talked about, that still happens today. But there was a day you could out horsepower guys, Chuck.
Oh,
you
yes.
don't do that anymore.
No, we don't do that anymore.
If anybody's jumping in the super farm class or any class, competitive class today, everybody's got the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's good builders out there, there's good turbos out there, good pumps out there, and it comes down to setting it up and driving it out. And I don't care if people say you need luck to win a pole, because you can have 5 or 6 of you stacked within a couple feet of you. That's literally inches. And to actually win the pole, that's where it really need a little luck, a little hook position luck, and just a little bit of luck. Because nobody really truly dominates anymore. And you don't want that. You don't want to go to the pole knowing who's going to win. You want to go to the pole knowing that all 20 of us have a chance today.
Yep. No doubt about that.
Makes it great.
Yep, it is. And I believe really anybody can win the pole. There's no doubt about it. There are a couple tractors in our class that are still experimenting. I count myself as one of them.
You're an experimenter?
But we're still trying.
Yeah.
But I'm not satisfied in the tractor's performance. I'm not satisfied with my performance as a driver, and we still have to learn what's going on. But I can tell you that tractor smiles at me when I sit in the seat now, and a couple of years ago it snarled at me.
It snarled at you.
It said, "You don't belong here, son." And but we're smiling at each other now, and look forward to what happens today.
Good. Well, hey, thank you again for bringing me out here. This has been a great experience. And I met Earl Horton last night, and I met Gramps last night, and Richie Horton, and Mike. I can't say his last name, but he's like one of the fair directors out here. Everybody's been really good. Got to meet Harold Card again. I saw him at Bowling Green, and NYTP is lucky to have a professional photographer, that'll come out and follow these polls, because you get great shots of your tractors and trucks. And we rolled into the grounds last night, and it's a huge fair. I mean, I talked to what was the young man's name? We interviewed him, Marcus Anderson, I think. He had 4 farm tractors, two 460s, a 560, and a 1066. He was 7 miles away, 4th generation dairy farmer, and he drove all of the tractors here to the fair yesterday. So, but they got their day yesterday, and today's the big boy day. The big boys and girls will bring it up today. We'll have the modifieds again and the 2-wheel drives. I'll get a bunch of pictures of that as well. So, Chuck, thank you for doing this, and good luck today, bud.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys, so that was a great interview with Sean. Microphone, Ryan thinks maybe it was cutting out a little bit, but if you're just joining the show, we're talking a lot. Everything's about Greenwich, New York tonight in the Washington County Fair. Chuck, with the Back in Black Super Farm, flew me out there and put me up in a hotel so I could help do a little bit of announcing and cover the poll. And the big thing was Earl Horton. Earl Horton has been pulling for like 50 years, been a big part of the Washington County Fair out there in Greenwich. And it just was a great event, all in all. And I met so many great people. And Poland is very, very strong up in upstate New York, and it's a beautiful country. And what do we got coming up next, guys? Let's go to Earl's. Yeah. So this interview I did with Earl. What's this? I'm trying to think. This is Earl Horton. Horton. Do I have this with his grandkids? I did one with just his grandkids. It was kind of cute. I put too long the titles on. Yeah. No, this is Earl Horton and Gramps. So Gramps is Don Skelly, and he's been pulling. Oh my God, forever. He's one of the. They call him Gramps for a reason. He sits there right by the track, and I got a quick interview with them. Let's watch that. I threw a couple of videos in at the end as well.
Hey, Skelly. Nice to meet you, Donnie Skelly. Talk to me, Donnie Skelly.
Well, I've been here longer than him, but
You've been here longer than him?
Where special he is.
How special he is? When let's talk.
When did we first start, Gramps?
Oh, it had to be early 70s, 70, maybe 71.
Early 70s, 2016, so 30, 40, 50 years. Damn near 50 years. How long you been pulling?
Well, I pulled for 15 or 18 years, and I haven't pulled in 25 now.
I recognize his name, though. It's kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, he's a celebrity.
He's a celebrity.
Isn't he? He's a celebrity.
Well, I was watching everybody call him Gramps when I was coming by. So
He did that.
You started the Gramps thing?
Yes.
Why'd you do that, Earl?
Well,
He's 12 years younger, and look how old he looks.
I love it.
no, what it amounts to is we had his 50th birthday. They made up stickers.
Okay.
Ain't that nifty? Gramps is 50.
How's that make you feel? Whatever.
Don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit? I understand. I completely understand.
That was 30 years ago.
That was 30 years ago. So do you still love pulling like you used to?
Oh, I like to watch it.
Like to watch it? Yep.
I don't get excited about not pulling.
Right. So when you pulled, what'd you have?
I had a 686 for 8 years or so. But it wasn't big enough to keep up with the rest, and I didn't spend the money on it. The rest bought it brand new.
And you you started pulling with it right away?
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's all we ever did was pull for the first 7, 8 years I had it.
Awesome. Where'd you campaign it at? Where'd y'all go?
Oh, right around New York and Vermont, few in Massachusetts.
We've lost somebody in the roundup here.
I had an idea when I bought it that the tractor prices are going up, and I pull with it for 4 or 5 years and sell it for maybe more than I paid. Well, then international went belly up.
Yep.
So you couldn't give it away.
You couldn't give it away, absolutely.
Now it's sitting out behind my barn pumping manure.
You still got it.
Yeah.
You still got it. So have you been here all week?
No, I just here today.
Yeah. What's your favorite class today? Do you have a favorite class, or just happy to be here?
Just glad to be here, yeah.
Yep.
I just had a new knee here a month ago.
Okay. Is it working? Is it working, your new knee?
Well, I guess it's got to if I'm going to move.
If you're going to move, it's gonna. Awesome.
I've had a little trouble with it, so I haven't been doing too much for the last month or so.
Do you live close to Greenwich, or do you live right here?
Yeah, I'm about 8 miles from here.
8 miles? Awesome. Your whole life?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you've always been a big part of the fair?
This is the best pull in New York State.
That's what I've heard. That's why I'm here.
You don't have to hear it. It's a fact.
That's a fact. They said, I talked to a gentleman up there who said they had 240 garden tractors and they had diesel trucks the other night. There's just something every day once the rodeo's done.
Yeah, they have a lot of that.
Looks like you got a really good track.
We never push much. Earl and I laid all this wall up here, both sides. Him and I with a guy with a track hoe.
Yep.
Did that whole thing one day here, boy. I'll tell you, we lathered our ass off that.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Anyway,
Earl, tell me.
Yeah.
Well, give me a good one.
Well, he's had a few nights we wondered if he'd ever get home.
Yeah, but he only lives 8 miles.
Well, not from just here. Years ago, he used to drag his tractor around with a pedal hitch trailer.
Okay.
Well, 10 miles down the road is Scattycoke.
Okay.
He's down there one night trying to load the tractor on the trailer without it hooked on the truck, chasing the trailer around the yard. Finally, I goes over to him and I says, Gramps, get in the car. I'll give you a ride home. It'll look a lot better in the morning.
See, we've all had those. We've all had those. It's all good.
Right.
It's all good. Hey, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for all you've done for pulling, so we can keep doing it today. I appreciate it. Thanks, Earl.
Yes, he's been a foundation in the pulling
that's
part.
what
He
he
used to be an NTPA man, and then we switched to PPL, and Gramps has been there.
Good deal. Thank you, Gramps. Appreciate it, buddy.
you're welcome.
There. Oh, yeah. God, he was hauling the mail.
All right, so that was a quick interview I had with Don Skelly. They call him Gramps, and Earl Horton. He's one of the directors out there of the NYTPA and of that poll as well. And he's also the president of the New York Tractor Pullers, guys. So what an event. And the last two tractors there were Earl's tractors and his boys. So Rob drove the Pro Stock, and they call him Goober. Okay, I don't know why. I didn't get into that. And then Rich Horton, or Richie, they call him Fat Kid. So I was out there for 2 days. I kind of learned the nicknames and stuff like that. So coming up next, I did a quick little 1-minute interview with Harold Card, ProPollingPhoto.com. He's a NYTPA director. Go ahead and play that, Ryan.
Harold, talk to me a little bit.
What do you want to know?
I want to know about you.
26 years in the business. NYTPA director. I'm in charge of the website. I do photos all over the place. A lot of hot farm, garden tractors, everything NYTPA, Bowling Green, Ohio. I cover 30 to 40 events a year. I have my wife and 2 wonderful kids backing me up. ProPollingPhoto.com, that's where you can find me. Or Facebook, Harold Card Photography, and ProPollingPhoto.com is what it is.
Where's your favorite place to take?
I would say, God, that's a hard one. You know,
what are your top spots, you think?
Right here.
Right here?
NYT, I'm devoted to them. They treat me good. It's a great club. After that, I would say Bowling Green, Ohio, just because of the fact I'm a small town New York boy, and I get to cover the biggest bowl in the world. So I love it. It is awesome.
So that probably wasn't the best time to interview Harold, guys, but it was such a busy weekend with the new, they had polling all day Friday, day and night, and we had polling all day Saturday, day and night. And I wanted to make sure to talk to as many people as I could while I was out there. And but Harold does a bunch. I saw him, I've always seen him on Facebook. He's been taking photos for 26 years, and he's got that awesome picture of the block leaving the Satisfaction tractor, just absolutely tossing it out. So it was good to meet him, and he has his 2 boys out there taking photos with him too as well. So next up, I got Jeff Harrison. So he's got a couple light limited pros, guys. So out there, they combine the Super Farm class with the light limited pros. So they are 8,500 pounds, any turbo with an A pump, okay? And they make them run at 85. Then the Super Farms are with the PPL rules with the intercooler and a 3x3 and a slotted cover. So that's how they put those there together. So it was you could definitely tell the difference in the sound, but the weight difference really made it up. So this is Jeff Harrison, got a couple of beautiful tractors.
Hi everybody, this is Jason from Let's Grow Pulling, the Beer Money Pulling Team. I'm with Jeff Harrison. We're up in Greenwich, New York, and I was walking by these couple of beautiful 1066 and a 1466. I recognize the Just Money tractor. I know I've seen it on the internet before and stuff like that. So Jeff, I grabbed you and we started talking a little bit. Tell us about your team. Tell us about the tractors. Talk about pulling. Let's just do it.
Started here 4 or 5 years ago. I bought the Just Money tractor in Virginia from Stuart Reed.
Stuart Reed, okay.
Yeah, and this has grown into quite a sport here. This Earl Horton did a good job of promoting this Super Farm Limited Pro class. They had 4 or 5 tractors years ago.
For the fans, let's everybody knows what the Super Farm tractor is. 640, 3x3.
Yeah.
You can run an intercooler and PPL, right?
Yeah.
24-inch tires on the back.
Yeah, and the Limited Pros are 540 A pump.
Okay.
Any size charger.
So explain. So we all know a P pump, and I know what they are, but I want the common fan to understand. A P pump, each cylinder has a fuel line. An A pump is more of a rotary style pump.
I think it's similar pump, but it's only so many cc's.
So, okay, so you can't.
So
go
you're
quite as
limited.
big.
It's like 1,000 cc pump or a P pump, and that's where. Plus, we have to give up 800 pounds.
So you're at 8,500 pounds tonight.
And they're at 93. Yeah.
But you can run a 540 any turbo.
Yeah.
So what are the 540s dominating the class, or the Super Farms? Is it mixed bag?
It's our tracks are tough. It's like a 60-40, 60% not good tracks, 40 good ones.
Yep.
You get a good biting track, we're in good shape.
Yep.
You get a loose track, it's hard to get to the ground.
Right. Because you're just overpowering the track.
Yeah, and it's. I'm still learning how to drive it.
And then you just can't smoke these out of the hole. You gotta walk them out, and that's what people don't understand as much.
And technology today is we went to coilovers, independent front suspensions.
Yep.
We're trying. I've only got 4 passes on this year, so from upgrading everything.
Sure.
So
how long have you been pulling?
This will be my 5th year.
5th year. So what made you get into pulling?
My best friend Jeremy Prouty, Diehard Red. He's been pulling his whole life, hot farm, stock class, and I helped him along. and just got hooked.
Exactly. Get hooked.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
This
it is.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't play golf. This is it.
Good for you. That's exactly what I tell people too. I don't have a camper. I don't have anything else. I don't have a boat. I don't have a speedboat. I got a pulling tractor.
No, it's a lot of fun, but I raced dirt cars 20 years ago too, but you got to have a passion for this. We take pride in it, and I like diesels, and just when they smoke and run the way they do, it's quite a thing.
So you live in Vermont?
I live in Vermont, but I'm a hometown Washington County boy.
So we can see a lot of your friends and family?
Oh, yeah.
So if I grab the mic tonight and I say, "We got any fans here?" They're gonna cheer for you.
Well, I don't know about that. But no, this is our hometown for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they do a beautiful job.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I got up here yesterday for the farm pull, and that was a hell of a farm pull. I've only, honestly, maybe 1 or 2 other times I've seen that many farm tractors in one spot. I was looking at the paybacks. They pay back $300 to win a farm pull.
Yeah.
I mean, they got some good sponsorship behind this. And
Yeah,
I met Earl Horton and Richie Horton yesterday, and Gramps.
Well, and
Mr. Skelly.
I sponsor the fair too.
Good, thank you.
This is a great thing.
Yep.
It's a great thing for everybody. And we have a good group. Our Super Farm Limited Pro group, we got a good group of guys.
Yep.
They're very competitive, but
oh no,
it's a good group.
Well, you got to bring your stuff. There's going to be a lot of track. How many do you think you'll be in your class day? 25?
Nick, 20. ESP's got a pull tonight, so I think this afternoon. But there's normally 20 to 30 tractors.
Where's the ESP pull at tonight?
Western New York.
I literally don't know where I am. I literally landed in Albany, and Chuck picked me up at the airport. Are we in Eastern New York or Northern New York? Or
You're very far from Vermont.
Not very far from Vermont. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is a beautiful facility.
No, it is.
This is everybody claims this is the Daytona of tractor pulls, and I think you'll see that by the end of the day. So.
No, I mean, I saw Bowling Green last week.
Yeah.
You ever been to Bowling Green?
Yes, I went there one year to watch, but it was Washington County Fair weekend, and
it's tough.
I wouldn't leave.
No,
I missed it once, and this is hometown.
No, I get it. Completely understand. So we talk about we're gonna have the modifieds today, the super stock tractors. They mix the diesels with the alkies up here. Is that correct?
Yes. That.
So like Gate and Yell's alkies will run against like the diesel super stocks. Is that how they do that?
Yes, I'm not up on all that because we're so focused on this.
Yeah, good.
And we have Nick Audette standing right here leaning on my tractor.
See, I didn't know he was Gardner's grandson.
Yeah.
I'm not his grandson.
You're not.
My cousin.
Your cousin is. Okay. But I met you guys at Gordyville.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, who are these guys from Vermont? Because your guys' tractor ran awesome.
Yeah.
We got lucky. We did good at the Gordy.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And there was a day, and I talk about this a lot. There was a day where you get out horsepower guys. Everybody that pulls now, they got the good stuff. Nobody's messing around.
Well, a lot of it too is luck of the draw.
Yeah.
I mean, you get our group of tractors, 10 of them can win, but if you draw a third or fourth and the track gets better, they make that road, you know it, you understand it.
Been there 100 times.
And that's a tough situation.
Yeah, and that's one thing I want to somehow do, and I don't have the answer yet, but what I want to do is I want to go back to the pull-off, but I want to pay the puller for the pull-off. I don't want to pull my tractor twice for the same amount of money. And I think there's a way, if you get a class of 15 like this, and a track can change in 15, especially if you get in that sun goes down class or something like that, where you take, like, you pull all 15 at once, but 1 through 5 go through there. You take the top couple ones out of that and move them to the finals. Then 6 through 10 pull. And you still pull in order, so the fans get to see that. Take the top couple ones out of there, take them to a finals, and then you take the bottom 5, the 10, 11 through 15, you take the top couple ones out of that. Now you can't blame it on hook position, right? Now you come back to the end of the night, and now these are your finals, and you know what I mean? I think you could almost cut out a class, because I don't want to pull for less money. We're already doing this as a hobby, and you already mentioned that, because we love it. It's a passion, but the more sponsors we can get, and that's why I guess the Let's Grow Pulling means so much to me, is because now people that when they see your tractor and they see you, now they're going to see you on it, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. So we're getting teched right now.
And then,
how are you?
Good.
But back to your pull-offs and stuff like that, we're all dry blocks.
Yep.
And
so am I.
The heat deal is crucial.
Yeah, and you need everybody I've talked to, they said they would do a pull-off
if we had time.
If time, and if you paid us.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like today, and I'm not telling, this is a poor example, but there's 4 classes today.
Yeah.
Fans have about a 3 to 4 hour window where they're willing to sit, because you got to think of little kids and you got to think of different things like that. But you could do 3 classes.
Yes.
Okay. A smoker class, a gas truck class, and and a modified class or whatever.
Yeah.
Break it up for all the different fans, and then you could have pull-offs in each class.
Yeah.
And then you can still pay them, and that's my point. I don't have it all figured out yet. I'm just trying to tell the idea to as many people as I can. But people love racing because of the brackets and there's different ways to do this.
I like floating finishes.
I do too.
because obviously you're limited pro, wheel speed.
We won't bring ours back.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil at Riverside, the second time I took it down the track, thought I had a bad pass, didn't know what the hell I was doing. He called me next day and chewed my ass. Because you want to rebuild your motor already?
Yes.
I'm like, no, no, Phil, I don't.
Well, I had a monster pass in Norwich, and I told him I wouldn't pull it off.
Yep.
So, but it was a float and finish.
Yep.
But I wouldn't come back either.
Right.
It's tough. I always used to, because I had wet block and everything. But now that I'm all dry, and with Castner Performance and everything, what they do for us, he's the same way. You want to build another engine?
No, I don't.
So we're on the same page.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm in roof and slate business and crushed stone landscape, WSILandscapeStone.com. We're on the web. We sell crushed stone, roof and slate, everything.
How can people do you have like a team, like anything on Facebook for the tractors at all?
No, we don't do Facebook. I just do Western Slate. I'm kind of old school.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to, if fans want to follow you, that's all I'm thinking of.
Well, we don't do that, so I don't know if you're going to edit something.
I can help you with that.
No.
It's okay. No, a lot of people don't. I'm being honest. Everybody I interview, I try to say, hey, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, WSI Landscape, but we don't do much for the tractors on there.
Okay.
We just do. This is more of a hobby.
So NYTPA, that's where you roll? That you follow them for points?
I support them, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I missed 3 hooks this year because of new engine and stuff. Our other tractor was here, but
awesome.
I've been here 4 years. I won a championship in 2013. It's a good group. I like NYTPA. I like the people.
And that's what it takes.
Yes. It's a very professional group. I think you'll see that.
I do. So hey, thanks for your time. Have a good day. Appreciate it. All right, so you can see that Jeff's a good dude, and he had a great team and a couple beautiful tractors there. Proudy was with him and stuff. He said Proudy did all the work on him and stuff. I don't want to do too much yakking tonight, guys, because we got quite a bit of stuff to go through. It looks like we're going to go about 5-10 minutes past 8 o'clock. So next up, we got that's Marcus. Everybody do Horton. Let's do the grandkids. Okay. This is just a quick little 1-minute interview with Earl's grandkids. I tried talking to Rhett and Ryan, the cute boys, 2 and 4 years old. So yeah, the future of the sport right here. Hi, Rhett. How are you today, buddy? How old are you?
2.
You're 2? Or 4? 2.
Wow.
2?
Yeah.
You're 2. Who's your dad?
His name? Ryan.
What's your last name?
Horton.
Horton? Who's your grandpa?
Scott. I mean, no, Papio.
Is your grandpa's name Earl?
Yep.
Is it? That's okay. I mean, what do you call him?
Papio.
Poppy Earl, yeah. Tell me, do you love tractor pulling? Talk right in there. I'm videoing. Tell me what you love about tractor pulling.
When my dad wins.
When your dad wins? Does that happen a lot?
No.
No.
Not enough.
Not enough, exactly. Are you having fun today?
Yes.
Yeah? So are you going to be here all night, or what do you got going on?
We have to go to the races.
You're going to the races? Where are the races at?
Where? Malta.
Malta. What are you going to watch race?
His other grandfather.
His other grandfather. Oh, you got a racer and a puller. You're a lucky young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to be back here for the tractor pulls tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Well, do you think your dad's going to do good tomorrow?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Rhett, he's... So yeah, so it's a cute interview there, but I believe Ryan was the older one. He did a good job. So Marcus, our next interviewer, he had 4 farm tractors there. I think 2 460s, a 560, and 1066. Dairy farmer, 4th generation dairy farmer, and he lives 7 miles from the pole. And he drove every tractor to the pole. Friday, huge farm pole. So just I'm trying to talk to as many people as I could. All right, everybody, this is Jason Schultz with another episode of Let's Grow Pulling. I'm at the Washington County Fair in Greenwich, New York. Chuck McGinty brought me out here. He's got the Back in Black Super Farm, the 210, Alice Chalmers. And I meet a lot of Beer Money Pulling Team fans out here and stuff like that. Today's Friday, and I witnessed a whole bunch of farm pulling today. I saw some enhanced farm and stuff like that. And I bumped into Marcus Henderson. He has 3 pulling tractors. And Marcus, where are you from, bud?
I'm from Easton, New York.
How many tractors were you
4.
4 of them?
Yep.
Only 4?
Only 4.
How'd you get them all here?
Drive them.
Drive them?
They're stock enough so you can drive them up here.
How far is Easton from Greenwich?
About 7 miles
7
south.
miles? Okay.
Yeah.
So what tractors did you bring today?
Farmall 460, Farmall 560, 1066, and another Farmall 460.
So you're obviously an international guy?
Oh yeah.
How did that start?
My family's got a 4th generation dairy farm and grew up on red tractors, and that's kind of where it all started. I bleed red, so that's what I pull.
So you're a dairy farmer today?
Oh yeah.
How many cows do you guys milk?
We milk 120.
Nice.
Like I said, I'm the 4th generation, so we haven't grown in size at all, and over the last 80 years, we've always milked about 100, 120. So.
Awesome. So do you go to a lot of pulls? Just the only time you pull every year? This is your county fair, obviously?
This is the hometown fair. We do a little bit of pulling down Scotticoke Fair, which is 8 miles south of Easton. We go to Ballston Spa Fair. About 4 pulls a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just for the fun of it,
Just
right?
for the fun, yeah. We don't have much invested. Just we take the tractors off the equipment, we get the wheelie bars and hitch sets, set the RPMs, and go.
Which tractor did the best today so far?
Farmall 460.
What class was that in?
6,500 pound class, non-turboed.
Awesome. How many tractors were in the class?
Roughly, I think 22 to 24.
I've been told that tonight there's gonna be more 1066s here that I can shake the stick at.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What causes that, Marcus?
Just being at night. During the day, you don't get a big crowd. Friday night, today's Friday, so people are getting off from work. Big show. People come from all over. I don't really know.
Well, why so many red ones compared to green ones?
Cheaper.
Cheaper? Okay.
I think they can
Fair
afford
enough.
them. The green ones are more expensive to pull. The red ones are a little bit cheaper to get parts for.
Awesome.
That's what I've been told. I don't know.
It's all good. Like you said,
So-
you were born and stuck with the red bone.
Born and raised red, so I'll
You're
pull
not going to
red.
go any other
no,
way.
No, absolutely not. I don't even think I've been on a green one.
We're standing by one, but that's as close as we're going to get. Do you get a pull again tonight then?
Yep, we'll pull 14,000 pound stock class.
Okay.
That'll be probably about 9 o'clock tonight.
That's with the 10?
Yep,
Okay.
1066.
And then tomorrow it's all NYTPA, right?
Correct. Yeah, that starts at noon and again at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay. When does fair season kind of start out in New York?
3rd week in July really is when we start.
So similar to Wisconsin too?
Yeah.
About middle of July to end of August.
Yeah, that's when you start getting the itch for it.
Yep. Absolutely.
No, it's a great
Who all
time.
goes to the polls with you? Who helps you get them ready? People you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my father, Taylor Henderson, my brother, Logan Henderson, and all my family and friends that stick by my side no matter what. We all have a good time doing it. It's a little fun throughout the summer. You got to take a break from doing crops and cows and, blow some steam and smoke.
What are milk prices doing out here?
Not good.
Not good?
$16 a hundred if you're lucky. It's nothing to be proud of.
It sucks right now.
Oh,
Farming
yeah.
sucks right now.
Yeah.
My dad, grain farmer back in Iowa, corn and beans, and 290 corn isn't very fun either.
No, it seems like you can't make any money anywhere you look.
It sucks.
It's tough.
So.
It's tough, and we like to spend money in tractor pulling.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Cool.
So.
Hey, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good
I
luck
appreciate
tonight.
it.
Thanks for walking up and introducing yourself to me, and
No
that's what it's
problem.
all about. I just want to meet more and more fans. I really thank Chuck again for encouraging me to come out here and get outside of my normal little comfort
I hope
zone.
you come back out. I hope see you again, and hopefully put on a good show for you tonight and tomorrow night.
Cool. Thanks, Marcus.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, good fun tonight, guys. Seeing everybody type in, that. Thanks for coming out. We even had a watcher from Brazil tonight, so that's the first time I've seen a Brazil person watch the show. A Brazilian watch the show. That's a proper way of saying that. Canada, we've had a whole bunch of different states. Illinois, saw Massachusetts, Vermont, Missouri, and a lot of good stuff like that. So, next we're gonna talk to Steve Kenyan. KenyanClips.com does him and his wife. He did one track and she did the other track, and his website is KenyanClips.com. We got a short interview with him, and then we got looks like about 20 minutes worth of pictures and video there at the end. So there's the Kenyan Clips. We'll bring that up now.
All right, I'm standing on the concrete barriers up here. Harold Card's to my left, and I'm up here with Steve Kenyon's Clips. We're Saturday afternoon at the Washington County Fair in Greenwich, New York. And how many pulls have you been doing this summer, Steve?
We're just about up to 30 this year so far. So we'll probably catch another, 32 total, 34.
Okay. So you're 60 to 70 is your goal every?
Yeah, we're close to 30 to 40 pulls a year we go to.
Okay, total. I'm sorry.
Yep,
Gotcha.
total.
And then where can everybody find you on Facebook or internet?
Find me on Facebook at Kenyan Clips, and I also got a website, Kenyan Clips Videos. It's on the World Wide Web.
www.
Yes, sir, the W's. We're on there. We ain't got her updated this year yet, but As soon as we get all the videos done, we'll get it updated and all the videos on there for sale.
You were just you mentioned how much time it takes to do all this.
Oh, tons of time. An average pull is probably close to 8 to 15 hours to do a video, all the editing. So
yeah, it's actually and that's actually the fun part. And then getting home, sitting at your computer till 3 or 4 in the morning, and then go to your real job makes you kind of.
That's it. It's a definite love of the sport.
Yeah. I see your wife's helping on one track and you're doing the other.
Yes,
We're ready to
sir.
get back to work.
All right.
So yeah, so it was, obviously it was very dry, guys, and their mister had broke on the scraper. So, and this is the first time they went to 2 tracks trying to speed up the show for the fans, because they started at noon and again at 7 o'clock that night, and the mister broke the sprayer, and man, it was crazy. And so Ronnie's coming, Rescue Ronnie's coming up next. And for all you promoters and pullers, this guy has the coolest tow tractor in the history of pulling that I've ever seen, and it's fast. I mean, if you think about it, that slows down the show for the fans. This guy's got something for everything. He's a good dude.
All right, everybody, I'm with Rescue Ronnie in Greenwich, New York, and I've never seen in my life a setup like this, Ron, on how to go rescue vehicles. And I'm telling you, when stuff breaks, it slows down the show. Yep. The fans love it, but also slows down the show. And I want to show this to everybody in the pulling world. This is what you do. So let's start at the beginning of your tractor.
Okay.
So what do you got down here?
2 push points off the front, a fixed one on the top, and the bottom one's off the roll-matic front end, so I can pivot. For tight maneuvering. Push bar, 11 foot long, 2x2 square tubing, 1/4 inch wall. It will not bend. That I can hook from either point here on the belly bar of the tractor. Somebody breaks the front end off, or engine comes forward on a mod. They got weights in the way. Pick them right off, put them right on the belly of the tractor, get them right out of the way.
Let's go to the back of the tractor. You have the setup. You have the setup, sir.
Off the quick hitch arrangement, I designed one that hooks into it, a stiffener on the bottom side that locks into the top side. They break the front end off, short chain, grade 70, drop it through D-ring, through their hole, hook it, and away we go. Then on the bottom here I have pull and hitch. My clevis is hooked to with a 1-inch nylon rope, which will stretch. If somebody's in bed, got a chain. If they're in onto their wheelie bars, I tug them out with the chain. Then just for light duty towing, just a 5,000-pound strap just to pull them up on the scales and so on.
Tell us about the tractor a little bit. What'd you say?
It's a 65 30-20 diesel. My parents bought new in 60, and it'll never leave the family.
I understand. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it 20 years now.
Okay. How many different pulls do you go to?
10, 12 a year.
Okay.
Anything within 2 hours of Greenwich.
Yeah, cool.
But, it's enjoyable. I don't really ask much for doing it. Just, cover my fuel, get the tractor there, and I'll help any show out that's out there. But
that's great.
The tractor, to do a tow tractor duty or rescue tractor duty, it's got to be a tractor of moderate size. I mean, it don't have to be a 3020, a 656, a Ford 6600. Something in the 7,000-8,000 pound class. Narrow front is much more preferred for maneuverability, and just have fun at it.
Yeah, no, you do a good job, and you're set up. I've never seen anybody set up this good before, so hopefully we can show some people so they have ideas. But because that's one thing to do. If something breaks, it slows down the show. Again, people love the carnage. They cheer the loudest when something breaks, but it's good to get them off the truck right away too. So
because otherwise they go out there with a payloader and 6-foot of chain dangling, and it takes them minutes.
Takes them too long. Yep.
Or I'm out there and back before the next one's even backed up to the sled.
Cool. Well, thank you, Ron. Appreciate it, bud.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't need you too much today, but if you are, you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Perfect. Thanks, bud.
So that was Rescue Ronnie, and that is the slickest tow tractor I've ever seen. So it's our 1 hour's up, but I got about 20 minutes worth of pictures and videos I want to show everybody, and we'll talk. Brandon will talk if oops, sorry about that, guys. He had a long day, but his mic's there. Ryan's got a mic too. We'll just talk about all different. So this is Chuck right here, everybody. He's the one who flew me out there. There's just a picture of just a lot of the pictures, stuff like that. This is in the pits on Friday when I was out there, guys. They said, like I said, we talk large farm pole, guys. This was it. I mean, there was a ton of stuff there, and I did all these pictures pretty quick because I only had like bajillion of them. But pay attention to YouTube, our Facebook page. We'll be posting a lot of this stuff. This is one of the coolest I've done. I think it's called Never Change. And again, really dry on Saturday. I think make sure they'll have two scrapers, two rollers, and they'll make sure the water works.
Yeah, if it's definitely your first time putting on a 2-track pole, it's you're not expecting the scraper to break, but that's the way the poles happen.
Yeah.
You just learn from it, and
make
it better.
They got it going towards the end, but by then it was too late. It was so hot.
Daytime pulling is hard. Once you lose the moisture in the track, you're pretty much, you can't get it back because you can't get it underneath.
Yeah. So again, these are all the Friday pictures. Here's a video from Saturday night. This is a light limited. I call the light pro. This is that 545 minute turbo. I think this is stuff. That's a binder. I can't write that. Oh, that's one of Audet's tractors. I'm not sure if that's Gardner's grandson, but I'm not 100% sure. That's that. Those are super farms.
Yeah, super farm.
Yeah, they have super farms. So there's some of the workers there at the thing. That would have been. So a lot of these tractors, they had enhanced and too hot to farm on Friday during the day, and then again Friday night. But very organized pull, had the scales set up, and a lot of great workers there. There's a super farm with 20.8s on it. I'm pretty sure that pulled the enhanced classes. Pretty sure I saw that tractor pull again on Saturday, but he had a good pass. And just some more. Looks like the too hot to farm class. But this is all their local pulls. There's Mr. Rich Horton right there. They're the one they call Fat Kid. All the trophies they had. Earl's, I took a picture of the director pin. Here's Blanchard's Oliver. I got a couple videos in there. Everybody, I know Brandon, you've posted pictures of this tractor on the Facebook page before. There's not a lot of Olivers in this thing. It's clean. I've ever seen. I bet he was mad as hell. He had all the dust. This is Blanchard. No, this is a night super. This is a fully blown super stock. I'll keep that here. I don't know if it's light limited down east, Brandon. Okay. This is Blanchard. I'm positive of that. So, and I got his night pass on there too. Again, some more. This is just if you see the 20.8s, it was from Friday, and that was some of the Friday pictures as well. That was I was Michael Olkonsky, and he was one of the fair directors. Just a good dude. Helped me out with whatever I needed. He was trying to get me Wi-Fi so I could do some live videos. Another super farm that pulled in the enhanced with the 20.8s on. Saw that tractor at Bowling Green. Not that one, but the Greenland Express one. But I think that was a super farm too, that really devoted one. But again, I could not believe those are old Bungard sleds. I'm not sure who owns them now. I don't think they're Bungard sleds anymore, but those are the two sleds we had out there for all the sessions. Still a really good crowd Friday afternoon. Packed Friday night, packed Saturday.
Yeah, your pictures definitely.
Oh, and you can see that in some of the pictures that it was just, there's Earl.
Well, a lot of these guys, they don't have a poll every weekend. If you look at like the NYTPA and ESP schedules, they're kind of spread out a little bit than what we're used to. So like every weekend.
Yep. And it's been cool watching all the different states we got watching tonight. We had Canada watching, a lot of East Coast, obviously. I've seen probably 20 different states.
probably approaching 1,000 people watching the show. You know, people kind of get in and out. There's a lot of Ronnie Clark out of Addison, Vermont, chatting with us right now. So as we're showing some of the videos and pictures right there. Yeah, and then Rescue Ronnie, that was cool. I put that video on YouTube. That one's gonna do well. That one's gonna do okay. So this is Gate and Yell. This guy's got like 7 tractors, and that's the old Jesse tractor. A white. Am I saying that right? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't get to see much of the East Coast pullers, and so a few of them will come out to Gordyville and stuff.
Yep.
That's really the only chance.
That 540 A-pump class was pretty popular at Gordyville for a while, and it doesn't seem to be as strong as it once was. So, again, this is their little fair book. I just
think
took a picture of their
the
real
last couple
book.
years, Gordyville has kind of fallen on the same weekend as an East Coast indoor poll.
Yeah,
and
Keystone's
so,
in March, right?
Yeah, there was a conflict these last couple of years. So that's why Clint kind of moved it.
8:30. 8:30, John. This one is the announcement that this is a Grand National mod. Not recently, but it was rated really good. I don't know if it's they had good mods. They had good diesel super stocks. Chain Reaction, Henry Everman's Final Decision, and the Horton tractor, and then Seifert bought Renegade Deer. Or not Seifert. Gate and Yell bought Seifert's
I think it's always fun
Renegade
to watch
Deer.
that super and pro stock tractors battle it out. I think that's
And they
a fun
kept the
combo
diesels
class.
together, and then they split the Alkies there. So that was, I don't know if they did it on purpose or if that was just part of it, but they ran the diesels first and they ran the Alkies. There's 5 or 6 good running Alky tractors. So just people just hanging out in the pits, and, you know, there's some good old boys there. People drag stuff out, you know, like the announcer always said, paint doesn't make it go any farther. Lee's that guy's name, the announcer. He did a good job. I worked with him, so did a nice job. He'd been there. He knew everybody's ticks and their habits, and man, he was a good announcer. Did a really good job. So just a lot of random pictures. I saw a Fair Valley Performance sticker.
Really?
I had to take a picture of that for Dennis. So he's just right down the road in Sauk City for us.
You wonder if maybe the tractors out here got sold, or that's possible.
Not sure.
Or...
I think.
I mean, they probably do
parts.
with,
I mean,
they probably sell some
you
parts
guys
on
try to do
Wait, you ain't gonna stop them. Hey, Williams, attention.
Well, that wine was talking. Yep. Yeah, so my camera here, I'm still learning how to shoot all that great stuff. I think this is the addiction. I think he wants Fridays during the day, and I'm pretty sure just money on Jeff Henderson on Saturday. But it was you look at the crowd. I mean, that was Friday night, guys, for the farm pull. I mean, it was a huge crowd. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I was really, really, really impressed. And that fair, they said, brought in 126,000 people. So, again, I really want to thank Chuck McGinty for bringing me out. And the Back in Black Super Farm is good to see. They just got that tractor back from Gene's Machine Shop, the Super Farm, and Brent Payne and the guys got it going. And that's going to be a stout tractor. You know, he's just getting back in the swing of things, but he's got the good stuff in it now. So it's going to be good. So. But just, again, I could not believe all the farm. There was 25 tractors in every class. So there's a picture of me doing my selfie stick. Upstate New York?
Upstate New York,
yep.
They have a lot of farming.
I said, I want to meet the guy who sold him all these 1066s. And they said he was just there. It was like Salem Equipment or something.
Sure.
An older gentleman. But I said, he better sponsor this fair. And they said he did.
How close were you to, Varysburg, New York, where you could have went over to that big, to the Boxler's ranch, and they're, big, I wonder how close
I never
you
looked.
were.
I never looked. Like I said, I just flew into Albany. Chuck picked me at the airport. We went to the hotel. I did, yeah. Where they took me. And I got to a tractor pull. And like I said, if you wouldn't have told me we were in upstate New York, I would have thought we were in Wisconsin. Nice people. Everybody was friendly. Just, it was great. There's the Hortons. I got that. I love that picture. Those two tractors sitting together. There's Earl in his truck. He's a politician. That's Lee, the announcer. I took the picture of the tallest guy there, and the driver of the Dix. Oh, and that kid stole my heart. I was walking by and he was playing with the tractors in the dirt. I don't know who he was with, but. Man, he just stole my heart when I saw him playing with the tractors there. But again, there's a picture of Chuck's tractor again. I took a picture in the mirrors trying to be all artsy there. Huh? You guys are getting impressed, aren't you?
You're learning.
I'm learning. I know. I've been learning my whole life. That was the Blue Thunder. That was a 3-engine mod. We put some stickers on the front of Chuck's tractor. That one says tractor pulling because the rest of the sports only have one ball. This was kind of fun. There's the tall guy. I took a picture of him. And then NYTPA, there's Richie and the NTPA official. Just took some pictures in the driver meeting here. The one person I didn't get a chance to talk to, and I wanted to more, was Henry Everman. There's a picture of him coming up next. His wife, Sharon. There's Kent Blanchard with the Oliver. That's one of the Audettes, that crew there. There's Earl again. I think I got a picture.
The smoke change, the water comes on, she'll start drinking, and then he'll slip her out. The final decision.
Don and Clark got asked for about that's where his servers go. That region. He's on the Android operating. I can tell you his iPhone. That was Henry Everman's final decision. I think that's a 4-charger diesel. That runs good.
Yeah, because he'll come out. He will come out to Toma.
Yep. That was there's Steve Kenyan. That was John Belafonte. There's Henry Everman right there. Henry Everman. I wanted to talk. There's Rescue Ronnie with his umbrella on. He had a little fan.
I'll never forget
on the fender.
I don't know, maybe like 4 years ago down in Gordyville, they lost 3 out of 4 tires.
Yes.
Down there.
Yep.
They had like the worst probably luck.
That's the McKnight Super Farm. I think that's winning the points, is what they said. That John Deere. That little bitty was a tractor. Zoe was going to drive it for the first time. Their daughter, the Cowboy Cadillac, and that was the Kodiak truck from the days.
Yeah. Yep.
And it still had, what they say, an old Merlin motor in it.
Yep.
No, Rodak.
Yep. Rodak.
And that's
something.
something.
So is it still the original motor?
I don't know, but the announcer said it was a Rodak motor in there. So
that's what they ran back.
Yeah, back in the day.
That was probably one of the strongest tool drive trucks.
So there's the Ferry Brothers. They ran Grand National, Light
Unlimited.
And look at the Hillbilly Heaven, where they're hauler with the school buses, a couple of those.
Yeah, I can't imagine the miles that they put on in the summertime.
Oh, man. It's crazy. They live in Massachusetts. So this was like a hometown pull for them guys.
Toma.
Yep. And Toma, they ran all the classes. They took motors off the one to put it in a limited class.
I don't think they ran the
There's
full
milk,
unlimited.
There's milk money. The tractors are rotten, mean, and nasty, and milk money. So, man, when I got some pictures of them pulling during the day, and they kicked up dust. Holy crap. It was everywhere. There's that Heaven Can Wait tractor again. I was telling you about that.
So did they run with like the modified class or the exhibition?
They put them together. So because they just had 2 motors on.
Sure.
So they had 2. And there's Sharon Everman. Yeah, I took a video. Look at the wire coming out that stack. I don't know where the water injection was. He said, screw it. Go back there.
You see the flame coming out of the stack of that? That got warm. Didn't see any sparklers coming out. He's okay.
Referring to the actress that take
And it was a hell of a pull.
The boys have been waiting a long time to get a run out of her like that.
That's so awesome, you guys. And they said 126,000 people go to that fair. There's a picture of Sharon. So look at that. And she drives it like that. So this guy had a Bud Light handle. Scoobs did with the 44 Reloaded John Deere. So he was pretty proud of that. There's the Green Line Express tractor. I thought that said Ass Trucking. That's why I took a picture of it. Then I looked later and it said A&S Trucking. So it just had to be funny too. There's those little kids again. They were farming the whole time. And the dirt back there. I tried to take a picture of him, so he picked his shirt up for me. His mom's like, put your shirt down. It was funny. But yeah, he was in the trailer farming. They were everywhere. These are the guys out in the track. So promoters, they had Frisbees. They signed them and they threw them into the crowd. They didn't do anything like, I've seen some polls, they have the winner and stuff like that. But I was just taking pictures of some of the teams out on the track. But that was neat, the puller introductions. I like that. There's one of the Horton boys. I think that was Goober, the one they call Rob, who drives the Pro Stock. I think that's, I'm not sure who that little boy was. But again, there's a Cowboy Cadillac guy. He had the biggest, that was Saturday. That's a crowd Saturday during the day.
Yeah, that's a good crowd.
And then it was standing room only that night. So it was a heck of a pull. They did a good job. So throwing Frisbees. Some of the pullers out there on the track. I liked how they did that. Here's the little Horton kids throwing them up there. Richie and the one they call Fat Kid. He works for Capital Equipment, which was the biggest sponsor. I think he's in sales. There's Ken Blanchard. He's got the Oliver. There's Harold. The only turbine tractor out there. Made a really good pass Saturday during the day, and then didn't light Saturday night. So here's Sharon's mod, the wild hair. So I took a picture of her little thing. But look at that. I don't know how she sees.
I mean, that tractor I think has been around for quite a while.
It runs.
You know.
For a twin engine mod, it runs hard. So here's
2 big ass engines.
Yeah, big ass engines. Yeah, look at the dust on the ferries. I don't know if that was Manny or I don't remember them all exactly. The wobble wheel, I took a picture of that. I liked how they had advertisements on that. I think more fairs need to do that and sell that to sponsors and stuff. I took a picture of that and showed it to Gaffney. That's something I'd like to do at our event. The chain reaction tractor is just gorgeous. And that thing's a badass diesel super. That's a Grand National competitor right there. He could compete, I believe, just by the sounds of it.
Same as the Evermans.
Yep.
So same.
There was 3 or 4 out there that can stomp on it. That was called the Classic Case, and he was very proud. He pointed at his engine was built by Carl Kahn. He's
Really?
not met Carl right there. Yeah, Carl Kahn built this engine, so he's a super good dude. I can't remember his name. I met so many people, but
His name is definitely affiliated with anything
Oh,
case.
absolutely.
If you have a case, you probably know of him.
Yep.
Probably so much dust in the turbine that if I can't imagine trying to clean out those motors.
Oh, it was
like your
crazy.
V8s and all that dust flying in.
There was a new Case Super Farm right there. The announcer said it was 2 boys, 2 young men, 2 brothers, I think, that do that together. So this guy right here was the happiest puller. He waved to the crowd, pumped him on. Yeah, I love that guy. I never got a chance to meet him either, but I tried to talk to as many people as I could. The fire department was awesome. They were sweating their cojones off, I guarantee, out there in the sun all day long. But one of the Hayes, 3rd generation diesel super Hayes pulling team, like Supernatural and all that stuff. There's the Audettes sitting back in the pits waiting to go Saturday afternoon. Remember the old Red Dog from Bledsoe, Harry Bledsoe?
Yeah.
I think it was Harry Bledsoe.
Yeah, Harry Bledsoe
Yeah.
from
Kentucky? Indiana.
Indiana or Kentucky, one of the two. He was, I think, he ran the champion.
He still
like
does,
the
right?
ATPA. He was like
ATPA
a
days,
champion,
yep.
I think.
That tractor ran good. So got somebody chatting with us now, send us a message. Cole's dad, that was an amazing guy. Cole's dad. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've had a great show tonight. Thanks for everybody watching, and we're on the downhill run here, Brandon, Ryan, and I. And I know we're a little past our 1 hour goal that we told you guys we'd be done, but we got about 4 minutes left of pictures.
New York, you gotta
yeah.
kind of recap. That's a lot
I
of
did.
camping in an hour.
I did. And I don't what we got coming up. We got a weekend off with the Remedy. What are your plans this weekend, Ryan?
I have 5 polls this week.
That's it.
That's it.
Jeez.
4. Excuse me, 4.
4.
So I got Thursday in Elkhorn, Badger State.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to that with you.
And then I got Saturday Mineral Point.
Okay.
And I got 2 on Sunday. I'm going to go up to Kendall. I'm going to do half a show for the Tri-State Pullers there, and I'm going to shoot up to Ridgeland for the WTPA season finale up there.
Okay.
Hopefully it's a Region 3 event and the WTPA state event, and it's supposed to be a great show.
Yeah, I've heard it is.
And so hopefully the weather holds off. The last 2 years it's been rainy.
Maybe I should just ride with Ryan on Sunday.
I would. If he can put up with you long enough. We'll see how it goes.
So hopefully, so busy Labor Day weekend coming up here, and then
Canfield Fair is this Saturday in Canfield, Ohio. It's the finals for NTPA Unlimited tractors. See 8,000 to 10,000 people. The crowd really gets into it.
That guy took a heck of a ride there. That 2-wheel drive truck. He slammed her down hard. He was going out of bounds. He let out of it, and it slammed down. I know we haven't done a good enough job. We'll do a better job of letting the bigger circuits. I think we almost need to have I need to do a short podcast each week for just NTPA, just Outlaws, just pro pulling. This is our Monday night show where I want to talk about anything, but I think I need to do. If we can get together on that.
The pull in Canfield is the only co-sanctioned pull the NTPA does, and it's with USA East. So you're going to get to see 12 to 14 modified semis, along with the NTPA's unlimited Grand National tractors, and it's a good time. I went. If you're a puller, it's a pain. I don't know if you can see this, Jason. These are the rolls to get into the pits. 3 or 4 pages of them.
Shouldn't be that hard.
when you have a county fair, though, they have their own little,
But the pullers put on the show.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I get a little about that.
You've got one side of the pits
That's
where
like
you're
down
parking Grand National haulers, and then the other side's USA.
Well, that's one of the
East
complaints on Bowling Green. The guys were getting mad. It's getting so
watching
big.
Pull off, it was.
Yeah. I like pull off.
I can imagine.
But at the same time,
I was helping park Hillsboro.
Yeah.
And
but that was super organized.
Trying to park though for Bowling Green.
Oh.
That amount of haulers.
3 times the pullers.
Yeah.
At Bowling Green than there is in Hillsboro. So.
No, and granted, we were trying to park in 2 different areas, and I think we'll work that out.
Mm-hmm.
And
a
lot of pullers like being up on
the pro stocks, the super farms, and limited pros went up top. So, and I do want to give a shout out to Jamie Darbo. He's got that tractor pulling from a fan's point of view. His Facebook page. He wants to get to 50,000 likes. He's almost there. I think last night he was within 100. He wanted me to give a shout out. So the biggest thing is, you fans and promoters and pullers that are watching the show, send it to us and we'll talk about it on the show and do our best on Facebook. But like I said, we all got real jobs and it's hard to keep up with everything. So there's a Renegade deer. He just bought that from Seifert's, I guess. There's Jeff Harrison's tractor again. There's Scoob's tractor. It took the nose off the crank on that pass. It was laying on the track. There's a super stock. Just a bunch of different pictures. I again had a blast. Great crowd, great fans. Look at that, guys. It was just packed.
Yeah, no, I gotta give a shout out to Spiegelbergs. They put on a great pull up at the north-south 300.
Waiwiga?
Yep, Waiwiga.
Do they have a big grandstand there and stuff? Like nice facility?
Yeah, it's one of the weirdest fair.
Oh, shit. Yeah, kids got to get out in the sun.
You shoot right out of there, and it's crazy because it's almost like, okay, are they ever going to go? And then once they hit that, they just shoot out of there like a rocket.
That Reborn binder was an awesome tractor. Just awesome tractors. Henry Everman's Forced Decision. That's one of Chiswick's tractors. So, and that's what I had, guys. So it was a heck of an event. We'll just keep everything rolling here. We'll get this show signed off so everybody can do their thing. Put the links up so everybody else can watch it. Again, just thank you to all the fans and the pullers and the promoter, and thanks again to Chuck and the Back in Black team for bringing me out there. I had a blast, and doing what we can to Let's Grow Pulling, and just keep taking this thing to the next level.
Yep.
We're back again every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yo, are we going to work on Labor Day?
What? Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, you guys are paying me? I don't know. What aside weekend?
Hey, well, that'll give us the whole day, because I'll be off that day.
Yeah, we can actually maybe I should be prepared for a while.
Yeah.
So cool. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Have a good night.